We have everybody stand up. You can all be seated. Before we get started, how are you guys doing? Good? Feeling okay? There's no reason to be nervous. You guys look amazing. This is the best setting. Look at how you guys are dressed. Look at the weather. Everybody's here. If you're nervous, just picture everyone here in their underwear. Actually, no. Just a big deep breath. Big deep breath. All right. Hello everyone, my name is Chris Guerra and I am pleased to welcome you to the wedding of Catherine Gilligan and Brian Malik here in Bozeman, Montana. Many of you have traveled from far away. In fact, this could be considered a destination wedding, as I believe only a few people currently reside here in Bozeman. But each of you has been invited to this wedding because you hold a special place in the hearts of either the bride and her family, the groom and his family, or both. Without the love and support of each person at this wedding, the bride and groom would not be the people they are today, and therefore they wanted me to thank you for being there for them and for making this wedding a part of your busy lives. The bride and groom would also like to take a moment of silence to remember and recognize those of their family and friends who are no longer with us, but who would have been here today. Thank you. I'll start with an introduction of the bride and her family. From my experience knowing Catherine, or as many of us know her, Kat, I know that she is thoughtful and intelligent. I remember one of the first times meeting you, likely a Memorial Day camping trip, and leaving with the very distinct thought of Kat rules. It's true. You rule. Everyone knows Kat rules. Kat's genuine nature is a reflection of the way she was raised, both by Tim and Jan, as well as her family and friends. Her passion and her keen sense of humor is also reflected in her sisters, Elizabeth and Laura. Although Jan passed away just over 13 years ago, she still has a remarkable influence over Kat's life and would have been so thrilled to be here today. I know that Brian and many of us wish we could have met her. As for the groom's family, Brian and I have been close for a long time. In fact, we grew up together. As children, we could be found at any moment having epic karate battles, drumming on trash cans, making weird short films. What I'm trying to say is we were extremely cool. Actually, once in 6th grade, we went to a screening of The Sound of Music dressed as nuns with a few hot dates who were definitely not our moms. The parents of the groom, Daniel and Janet, are very outgoing and kind people, which is also reflected in their sons, Brian, Derek, Dan, and Corey. Their collective sense of humor will help drive what I know to be a great union of two families for years to come. And now, you have a quick reading from Corey Malee, the brother of the groom.
Our love has grown strong. Our love has grown strong, and I know that it is true because you're here with me, and I'm here with you. From this day forward, you shall not walk alone. My heart will be your shelter, and my arms will be your home.
Now it's time to recount a story that some of you may already know. When Brian met Kat, it was Thanksgiving weekend of 2015. Kat was at the Art Museum in Philadelphia, the Barnes Foundation, in fact, by herself, and Brian was there with his three brothers, Corey, Derek, and Dan. Brian strayed away from the group, which is pretty typical. Eventually, he finds himself admiring the same painting as Kat, and they strike up a conversation. But it's absolutely worth mentioning that the painting was called Reclining Nude from the Back. Brian asked Kat, "Do you like that one?" Which drove them into an even longer conversation. And that very same night, Kat ate dinner with the entire Malee family, including his mother and father, Janet and Dan. Rather than be warded away by the family's brash nature, she admired their hospitality, and thus the two began formally dating in early 2016. Although they had a long road ahead, they believed in each other. Their relationship consisted of several bouts of long distance and numerous big changes and moves, but the most important thing that occurred over those years have been the happy times, where it felt like time itself stood still with the people they love. Today especially is one of those days that Kat and Brian will be able to share forever. It's amazing how one day someone walks into your life and you cannot remember how you ever lived without them. And now we'll have a reading from Kat's cousin, Maddie.
When he looked into her eyes, he learned the most important part of the language that all the world spoke. The language that everyone on earth was capable of understanding in their heart. It was love. Something older than humanity, more ancient than the desert. What the boy felt at that moment was that he was in the presence of the only woman in his life, and that, with no need for words, she recognized the same thing. Because when you know the language, it's easy to understand that someone in the world waits you, whether it's in the middle of the desert or in some great city. And when two such people encounter each other, the past and the future become unimportant.
Now we will take a moment for our couple to recite their vows to each other.
Love is interesting. You and I grew up across the country from one another. We didn't grow up together. We didn't even know each other existed. We were both patiently searching, looking for that perfect person. The night we met, we both took a gamble. And early on, we had a date. I wasn't even sure if you liked me, because sometimes that thought goes through your head that no one could like you. And you texted me that night and said, "I wouldn't have rather been anywhere else in the world tonight." In that moment, that comment was a gamble. It's a comment I won't ever forget, and something that still makes me feel happy inside. There's so many things that I love about you. I love the way that when you see a cat, it's going to get picked up whether it wants to or not. I love how you call every dog girlfriend. I love how you listen to podcasts on 2x speed. And I love that when we watch a tearjerker of a movie, you bawl your eyes out. And when I ask why you do this to yourself, you say, I love this shit. I also love how funny you and your dad and sisters are when you're together. I love how you're an inspiration to your friends and family. Whew. And I love that you're dedicated to women's health. I love that you aren't pretentious. I love that you know what you want to do every day and you get it done. I vow to only ever build you up and never tear you down. I vow to always be there for you in sickness or in health. I promise that no matter the circumstances, I'll be in your corner, and I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I think we have done very well for ourselves this far in love. I'm so glad that we're standing here together and that we get to share this moment with all the people that we love today. And over the years, although the extravagant romance will fade, I promise you that every day I love you more than the day before, and I will until my dying day. I love you, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. Let's enjoy today and every day, forever and ever. The end.
Brian, for the past 6.5 years, I've often asked myself how I got so lucky to have met you. When we met in that museum under the watchful gaze of the nude painting, it almost felt too good to be true. I immediately felt like I didn't deserve someone like you. I truly cannot imagine spending the rest of my life with anyone else, and I wouldn't want to. These are my vows to you. I promise to always try and make you laugh as much as you make me laugh. I promise to help make everything we do together, no matter how mundane, fun and exciting, like you make it for me. I promise to let you be yourself and to embrace your quirks, your repertoire of weird voices, your insane food combinations, and your eccentric dance moves. I promise to be your taste tester for your experimental recipes and ice cream trials forever. I promise to support you in your hobbies, your career, and your educational goals. Even when things aren't perfect and fun, I promise to make time to work through it thoughtfully and patiently with you. But mostly, I promise to just be there, whether you need a shoulder to cry on, a listening ear to vent to, or someone to sit silently with. I will be that someone that you can trust and rely on, like you've been for me. I can't wait to see where the rest of our lives takes us together. I love you.
And now, for Kat and Brian to declare their intent, I'll start with Kat. Kat, do you take Brian to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together in matrimony, to love him, comfort him, honor and keep him in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Brian, do you take Catherine to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live together in matrimony, to love her, comfort her, honor and keep her, in sickness and in health, in sorrow and in joy, to have and to hold from this day forward as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now can we have the rings, please? The couple will now exchange their rings as a symbol of their unending love. Kat, repeat after me as you place the ring on Brian's finger. This ring is a token of my love for you. I am yours today and forever.
This ring is a token of my love for you. I am yours today and forever.
Brian, you're up. This ring is a token of my love for you. I am yours today and forever.
This ring is a token of my love for you. I promise to love you for now and forever.
Folks, that's it. They did it. I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss.
Reader.
Would you mind before things get hairy taking a family photo of Publix? We'll do it. Good job, Tim.
Come on.
Go in, Tim.
That's it.
That's it. Get out of here. You have to go home?
Yeah.